from Tom asking, have you heard about the shit show that happened as a result of THQNordic hosting an AMA on 8chan? Did you see Zoe Quinn's reaction? I caught wind of that this morning when it was happening. I caught wind of it when they had announced that that was going to be the case. When they were on Twitter saying, like, we've decided to go give an AMA on 8chan, I kind of sat back for a second and went like, are you guys stupid? Do you not know what 8chan is? Do you not know what it is that you are looking at here? What you're going to be walking into? Now, it's not to say that 8chan is inherently bad. It's not to say that 8chan is bad. I've never had an issue with 8chan. But this is a Chan board we're talking about here. This is a Chan board. So what we see, what we get, what goes on there is going to be akin to what you see on 4chan, just much smaller, and in some cases, a lot more damn militant. But this ultimately is what happened with THQNordic's TMA or AMA. They put this on Twitter just a little bit ago, saying, I personally agreed to this AMA without doing any proper due diligence to understand the history and the controversy of the site. I do not condone child pornography, white supremacy, or racism in any shape or form. I am terribly sorry for the short-sightedness of my decision and promise to be far more vigorous in my assessment of these activities in the future. This was not about being edgy. This blew up, and I very much regret to have done it in the first place. This coming from Philip Brock, PR Managing Director of THQ Nordic from Vienna, Austria. Now, Philip here had put out a statement beforehand saying like, oh yeah, we were assured that no craziness was going to happen. We were assured that this was going to be a good thing. We were assured that this was going to be on the up and up. This was going to be, you know, the janitors were going to be monitoring the chat. The janitors were taking care of the crazier things. And here's what people aren't talking about. THQNordic did in fact confirm a new Destroy All Humans game. And yet we're talking about this nonsense and not the fact that a new Destroy All Humans game is coming. Praise Ebus. Praise Ebus. Praise Ebus. I love, oh, come on. Who doesn't love old Pandemic games? Sure, it's not Pandemic doing it, obviously, but still, it's a Destroy All Humans modern, you know, current gen game. Well, really next gen by the time it comes out. Jeez. But anyway, that's a good news thing that came out of this. But the bad news is the reaction from the reactionaries, the reaction from people like Zoe Quinn, who on Twitter, and this is a screenshot because I'm wholly blocked by her, have been for well over 4.5 years, coming up on a full half decade. That doesn't entitle me to anything more than bragging rights, but still, it's a reality. She was here going after them saying, you know, this means whoever's answering questions is visiting a child porn site from your company computers. Buddy, if the racist pedophile contingent wants to cross-promote with your brand, you've already made some questionable Mr. Magoo-ass choices. Oh my God, did you think you need permission to post on a free anonymous message board? This tweet reads like justification for eating roadkill you found on the side of the road, and still somehow that would be less disgusting than what you're actually doing. Are you guys joining Color Guard because that's a fuckload of red flags? Have fun cornering the racist pedophile market for some reason, I guess. Come on. See, this is what it is. This is that base argument here. It doesn't matter if you're left or if you're right. The base argument is you're a pedophile. That's all it is. That's now the go-to attack on somebody, the go-to insult on somebody is that you're a pedophile. It was just up until recently, like really predominantly a right-wing talking point. But now we're seeing this come from the left. Now, like, I'm not trying to get into the whole politics side of things here, but we can see that Zoe Quinn is straight up losing her collective shit over THQNordic having a conversation on an anonymous message board. I know, the horror. I mean, what, he should have gone to Reddit, considering all the bad things that have happened on Reddit? Are you going to hold him to the same standards there? Obviously not, because Reddit is run by those in Silicon Valley, not some dude in a wheelchair out of the Philippines. But she goes on to say here, she goes and makes this little gif, this little image here, meme. The gang advertises the pedophiles. Man, I should really start making false Always Sunny title cards for every time the games industry shows its whole ass in a spectacular fashion. But lately it's been happening so often that I'd wonder where I'd find the time to do anything else. Well, it's not finishing your game, Zoe. It's not finishing the game that you raised a lot of money to finish. Where's the Chuck Jingle game? The Chuck Jingle, where is it? Where is it? Is it underneath copies of your unsold book? Is that where it's at? Because I would argue, yeah, probably. She can't do anything. This is Zoe Quinn we're talking about here. There's really nothing ever good that comes out of Zoe Quinn, except now we got a guy who legitimately went to an anonymous message board, which maybe wasn't the best idea on the planet. I think we all can agree that maybe it wasn't the best idea on the planet to go and do this. All right. Probably not. You know, I mean, again, it's not that big of a deal, but they've tried to argue the CP angle for a long time because there's a guy by the name of Dan Olson, aka Foldable Human, who back in the fall of 2014, almost 4.5 years ago, descended upon 8chan with the sheer intent, the goal, the mission to showcase that there was in fact child pornography on the website. And this is the current like estimate of what happened, and I don't have any proof one way or the other, by making it appear, because he did like the whole bubble cutout thing, you know, like, oh, look at all this CP, but it's like he uploaded it himself and posted it there and then tried to argue that he had downloaded it and then tweaked it in order to show to not have it show anything bad. But if he then downloaded it in order to fix it, to justify his argument, then that would make him guilty of downloading child pornography, which is a federal crime. Well, he's in Canada, so it's a crime. I don't know what the federal government's called in Canada. It's a Canucky crime. Okay, it's a Canucky crime. But still, that is the level that these people go through in order to try to shame 8chan. Yes, 8chan has some pretty bad parts of it. Never go to bath. Ever. Ever. All right, it's got some pretty bad parts to it, and they know that, and they like it. But this is a freaking a V-board AMA, not the end of the world. And if you want to sit there and you want to try to pull this hyperbolic, holier-than-thou virtue signal against 8chan nonsense, Zoe Quinn, you're posting on Twitter, where there have been CP that's been busted. You have found people that have been plotting to kill presidents on this website. You have found a whole bunch of bad things coming through Twitter. ISIS has a huge recruitment program through Twitter. Yeah, you're not saying a word about that. You're not saying a word about that at all. They're not doing an AMA. Again, your logic, your argument, it means nothing. It is nothing. You're nothing. Stop what you're doing. Stop being annoying. Stop being stupid. Make your fucking game. Finish your damn game. Or don't. Because, you know, if once you finish it, then the gravy train dries up. This is why, oh God, almost 4.5 years of Zoe Quinn in my life to some extent, and it's always terrible. Every time, she's just the worst. She's literally the worst. But of course, she's got the clout. She's got the clout because people are afraid of her. They're afraid of Zoe Quinn. Why? Nothing about her is intimidating. She is a bloviating blowhard on Twitter who can't finish the damn game that she crowdfunded over 2 years ago. What's there to fear? Nothing. Nothing at all. But people like Philip Brock here from THQNordic, unfortunately, he's got a job to protect, and I don't blame the guy for kind of backing down. I don't blame him one bit. I fully understand it, even if I don't completely agree with it. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. And you check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical and narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.